Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Johnson,
And I'm Garrett Gibson.
and this is Previously On. Garrett, we got a brand new series here happening. We finally have jumped into the world of television, and we are going to be talking today two shows. One is returning for its second season, one has just premiered. I'm talking about DTF St. Louis, which is on HBO Max. And then there's Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, which is on Apple TV. Um, I guess we should kind of talk about the origin, like why we're doing this, right?
Yeah, kind of why television, why now kind of thing.
Well, okay, so a couple seasons back, Dave and the boys decide, hey, we want to talk about this new Star Trek show called Strange New Worlds. It's starting its second season. I said, sure, let's do it. If that's I don't know if it'll be a hit, but we'll find out. Massive hit. They come back. Hey, there's this animated Star Trek show, Lower Decks. We want to cover it. Okay. Again, big hit for us. A lot of our listeners loving it, and that's kind of like briefly. That's how Phaser Set to Stun comes to fruition. Like that's why we have this Star Trek themed podcast on Wednesdays. It kind of blew up. It's a massive draw for us. And I thought, well, that's awesome. We got a Star Trek base going. People like us for Star Trek, but it'd be cool to do TV sometime. But then later that year, people started asking, like, well, what other TV shows are you going to do? When are we going to get, when are you going to cover this show or that show? And it's just kind of compiled season after season. We're in season 7 now. So like 3 or 4 seasons of emails and messages and polls. People are like, can you please talk about some TV shows that I either watch or I want to watch? It doesn't always have to be about Star Trek. So we're here, previously on, and I uh I gotta ask you, like, as we talk about this format, because me, I'm typically a very regimented person. I like to have a good full outline. And we kind of like let's do this. Let's talk about some of the shows we're watching. So we're kind of going live without a net here, kind of seeing how it's working, right?
Yeah, kind of fly by the seat of your pants moment. Just see what lands, see what people are liking. No, completely agree with that. But I think it'll be fun and it'll be something interesting in a film by podcast history for sure.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Now, if you are listening to Phaser Set to Stun, those guys, I mean, the recap that they do is just surgical. I mean, they're digging into Easter eggs. They're giving you everything you want to know. But they're also talking about one show, Garrett. And I remember I gave you a lineup, 2026. I said, hey, here there was like 25 different shows on there, and I read the list to you, and because I wanted to see like what shows are you going to watch or which ones should we talk about, and your simple response was, yes, let's do it. And I'm thinking, are we doing all of them? Like, it's a lot of TV, man.
Yeah, I threw out 20 television series. What are we doing here? We're going to tackle all of them.
Yeah.
We've got some time. We owe it to the listeners to be talking about anything and everything that we possibly can. With the expansion of the team ever growing, deep diving into many other subjects, I think now is the perfect time for television. And the
Yeah.
reason why is because we love doing what we do.
Absolutely, man. I think if you and I are going to do this, I think episode to episode, it's like the occasional deep dive, character arcs, character development, themes. We'll do our predictions, our hot takes, maybe some unhinged theories. Let's just have a
Yes.
let's just have a conversation. See what happens, man. With that being said, let's switch over to HBO Max right now. Season 1, episode 1 of DTF St. Louis. So Garrett, I know there's a lot of people probably asking like, well, what is this show? I haven't seen it, or maybe they don't have HBO Max and they're thinking about getting it. The trailer is just it's bonkers, I would say. Would you agree?
I would absolutely agree with that.
Jason Bateman, just being Jason Bateman, he's always a good time. And you got David Harbour and Linda Cardellini, I believe that's
Cardellini, yes, sir.
Cardellini. Yeah. So here's what we're talking about. It's a dark comedy centered around middle-aged malaise. There's infidelity, a little loneliness, and I think it all culminates in like this love triangle that leads to murder. Is that
Yes.
fair?
That's
Yeah.
a fair assumption, yes.
I gotta ask because some people are thinking they're asking too before they have to Google it. Garrett, what is DTF? You want to explain that to us?
Well, in this scenario, this television series, it's people that are in the St. Louis area that are on the fringe of a dead end marriage. So one friend talks another friend into downloading this app that'll go ahead and allow them to have some extramarital excitement on the
Little more
DL.
spice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta put you on the spot though. Give me a definition. What does DTF mean, Garrett? Help us out.
That stands for down to fuck, Jeff.
Down to fuck? Yeah. That scene where Jason Bateman is explaining it to David Harbour's character.
It's priceless.
It's hilarious, man. It's so good. And just like two guys talking about something that they're probably not supposed to be talking about, but like they're testing the water,
And they're
like
just out
with their
there
friendship.
on the swing set, just going back and forth,
It's
discussing
okay,
this.
that's what makes it more absurd is the fact that these two guys, like, this is like they're 40-year-old, 40 somethings. They are newer friends. They've been friends for like what we understand in this first episode. They've been friends maybe 6 to 8 weeks.
Yes.
So they're still learning about each other. They're still testing the waters on what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. What's off limits, what's a little too taboo. So just the way that Jason Bateman is like, he's so fragile when he's explaining what DTF means
Yes.
and what it stands for. I'm
You
cracking
get
up.
you get that like close lean in moment, like it's down to
Yeah,
fuck. Like
and it,
he's whispering it because
yeah,
yeah.
and it's the absurdity is with the location because they're at a neighborhood party
Yeah.
and they're in the backyard in the suburbs and they're on their kids' swing set and they're just two grown men on you know a child swing talking about something that's just wildly inappropriate and
Yes.
that was the moment where I'm like I'm all in. This show is going to be amazing. I don't know what they're about to do, but I'm all in. Uh,
I mean from the start, the just first scene we get with David Harbour overall, where he's there in the weird bonding
did
meeting thing that he's got going on, it's so fucking strange.
were you thinking Fight Club?
I kind of was, yeah, yeah,
Edward Norton and Meatloaf having that weird, awkward hug.
yeah. And I
It's
don't
so
want you to
good.
get adult C's. Like, what the hell's he talking
It's
about?
well, it's so good too because it's such a heartfelt moment that a father's trying to have with his son, but it's going sideways, and the kid is clearly like distracted. Like, why's your shirt riding up? Why
Too sure.
I can feel your stomach, and he's. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to lose weight for you. I'm gonna be healthy for you.
I don't want to
It's
buy bigger clothes.
Yeah, buy a bigger shirt. I don't want to buy it's a whole thing. I don't want to do it. Yeah, man, this one I, I'm questioning like okay, like while I'm watching it, I was like, okay, now we understand what the premise is. It's this is leading to someone's murder. How are you going to do season after season? And I come to find out this is like a mini series. Like so, I think this is going to be a one and done for us, which
I
is
think
sad
so.
but makes sense, right?
Yeah, I think what we will end up getting across the season is essentially the deep dive into the conversation between Richard Jenkins and Jason Bateman at the end of
Yeah.
the episode. I think we'll get the deep dive of, well, this is what happened over the previous 8 weeks.
So let's talk about the genre for a second because I would say dark comedy definitely fits because it's
Yes.
you're laughing throughout the episode, but it also feels a little dark and a little atmospheric, especially towards the end of this first episode. Like it kind of
Yeah.
it kind of spins in like a true crime vibe real quick, right? towards the end.
It does, yeah, yeah. You kind of get a little bit of the film inherent vice in this, to where it mixes that dark comedy well, but then also has that kind of serious turn there at the end.
I was talking to someone. I was trying to tell someone like, "Hey, you've got to watch this new show. It just came out. There's only one episode so far." And they asked me like, "Well, what do you mean like it's serious but it's funny?" And I landed on Fargo. I was like, I just asked. I said, "Hey,
Oh,
do you like
yeah,
do you like Fargo? Because if you like the comedy, if you like the that deadpan humor of Fargo, then this is the show for you." I think you'll like it. And I think that fits. I think we're going to continue to see moments where we maybe like inappropriate laughter. Like we shouldn't be laughing
yeah.
at something, but we're going to laugh at it. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
like, the moment where he's talking about, David Harbour talking about not having sex with his wife for the past 3 months, and
Oh.
the reason being is her umpire's gear, and then it, like, shows her in her umpire's gear, and he's just trying to, like, close his eyes and make love to
Poor
his wife.
Yeah, poor Floyd. That's his David Harbour.
Yeah,
He's playing this guy
yeah,
Floyd.
yeah,
And then Bateman's the local weatherman, right?
yeah, Clark Forrest, yes,
Clark
sir.
Forrest. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I just that moment where he's like because Bateman again. Bateman's the one that continues to test the waters in the relationship, and he's like, yeah, it's been a little cold in the with my wife, and he's got this really um, understandable situation happening because he's like, I'm up at 4. That means I gotta be in bed, and we're just like ships passing in the night. We're not seeing each other. And then David Harbour's character Floyd's like, yeah, she's an umpire. She started umpiring little league, and I see her in the pads and the mask and the shin guards, and I can't do it. And Bateman's look of confusion
It
is
is, yeah.
is just so genuine. I love it. I absolutely love it, man.
Well, I mean, if you're turned off by Linda Cardellini and just because of an umpire's
Ooh.
outfit, yeah, now you
Uh,
would get a look of confusion from me as well.
well, okay. Can we just talk really quick about the smoke show that is Linda Cardellini? Because
Oh
listen,
my
I was
gosh.
all in back in Scooby Doo. Like I know
Yes.
we're supposed to be looking at Daphne, but I mean even before Scooby Doo, I'm talking like you go back with me to Freaks and Geeks.
Oh yeah.
I was always a fan of her. So, dude, when she shows up at the block party in that dress,
Yep.
you know what I'm talking about. I mean that
Got the music playing, cutting across the party. Like,
yeah, 4 alarm fire, man.
oh yeah.
I she could I guess she could wear the umpire gear. I'll work through it, I gotta ask, do you think this is gonna be a guilty pleasure show or is this gonna be genuine compelling? Like your opinion, because I know mine.
At first, I thought this was going to be a guilty pleasure show for sure,
It's in
but
the title, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So the way this episode ends, it leads me to believe it's going to be like truly compelling at this point in time, because I like the way they're kind of shaping some of these characters played by like Richard Jenkins and Joy Sunday. Like, I'm loving their chemistry.
Jo-
Yeah.
Man, Richard Jenkins, he's the detective. He's the like the what? The state detective, St. Louis detective, Homer.
He's the what's it called? St. Louis Sheriff Detective, Special
Yeah, sure.
Detective, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Joy Sunday, she's playing Jody Plum, and she's
Yeah.
like the local
Yeah,
jurisdiction, right?
she's the special crimes officer in Twilight or something like that is where they
Yeah,
live. And
Twyla,
yeah.
Twyla or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah,
Twyla, there it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's porn positive, Garrett.
She's born positive.
what what a like again the deadpan humor like where she's just offended by him and then she's like, oh, I'm porn positive, like
Is
that's
it
like my new favorite term.
That scene is one of the more interesting scenes. And just Richard Jenkins trying to tell her, like, no, no, that's sexual right there.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because I mean it's damn good writing because as Jenkins says, obviously it's porn,
Yeah,
and she's correcting him on why it isn't porn. I was like, damn, she's making a lot of good sense.
she
Like
does.
it's
Yeah.
it's kind of like art. It's just I don't know what the art's saying. And then we get into this whole Indiana Jones porn stuff that
With
she's
her and
looking
her
up with.
husband later on.
Yeah, yeah. I think she's gonna be a very uh, amazing character to watch unfold over this season. I'm
Yeah.
really I'm all in on Joy Sunday. Um, but we're talking about characters, so I want to ask you a couple questions here. So who are you identifying with so far in this first episode? And this is kind of like a landmine because you could take the coward's way out and just say, oh, well, Richard Jenkins, because he's the hero cop and he's smart and
Yeah.
he's. But I mean, come on, man. Like we can't just be Richard Jenkins. So
No.
who
No.
you identifying with? And tell me
I'm
why, by the way.
identifying with Floyd, honestly, because it's his childhood, what like childlike wonderment that he has. Just how upbeat he tries to be, but everything still beats him down until he's essentially nothing, and he's the shell of a man of what he should be. So I kind of gravitate towards that because
Hmm.
to me, his character is a very real character that
Hmm.
sometimes I don't like being in the position that he's in, but
Yeah.
I've been there myself. So I know exactly how he feels in those moments.
I I had you as Floyd.
Oh,
And
okay.
but let me explain why, because it's a compliment. Okay.
Yeah.
First off, he is selflessly heroic. Like
Yes.
for their first meeting when they're like covering the hurricane out, like live coverage,
Gives him
he
a
grabs
save.
him. Yeah, he saves him from a stop sign that gets him. Goes to that window, nearly kills Jason Bateman's character, and then
Yes.
apologizes like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I called you Clark. That was disrespectful. I should have used your first name." He's like, "What?" He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I just yelled out Forrest." I mean, so I got you, Sam, because he's a heroic dude. He doesn't he just you know he acted, you know,
Yeah.
and then obviously his love of Batman comics.
Uh, that's my favorite part is he's just walking around like, I don't remember this.
Yeah, I don't. Wait, what happened?
He's
Well,
like reinvestigating his old Batman comics, which is fucking
the
amazing.
moment the moment he comes into the kitchen and he's clearly upset, and she's there. She's Carol, his wife, Linda
Yeah.
Cardellini. She's making lunch or something. She's like, "Honey, what's wrong?" And he's like, I thought I didn't think he was gonna make it. And she's like, "What? Who?" And he's like, "Batman. Batman lived." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, at the end, I didn't think he was gonna make it." And he's so like he's welling up with tears and he's just so
Yeah.
emotional. I'm cracking up over it, man.
That's why I love his childhood wonderment right there. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just simply
good
amazing.
good call. So whose story is heating up? I think this is obvious, but it's got to be Clark, right?
Of course, Clark.
Yeah.
All the eyes are on him right now. The way that Richard Jenkins' character kind of apprehends him kind of puts it out across the entire state of,
Hmm.
hey, he's wanted for murder at this point in time. We've just arrested him on primetime local television.
Oh, that's a great scene too.
Yeah, dude, it was. It
Yeah, trying to
absolutely
do the
was.
weather here. He's
Yeah,
like, "Put your hands out." Yeah.
yeah,
So I gotta ask though, like I'm just wondering here. It seems too neat that that Bateman kills him,
yeah,
because obviously if you've watched the episode, you already know what we're talking about, and if you haven't, and I apologize for spoiling it, but I guess we should point out we're just going to spoil the hell out of everything, right? Because we're talking about
yeah.
the shows,
Don't
but
listen to this show week to week without watching the show. I'm going to tell you
yeah,
right now.
exactly. But the end of this episode ends with or I shouldn't say ends, but by the end of the episode, we know that Floyd has died.
Yes.
It's a little suspicious,
Yeah.
and you know, Clark is pulled in. Richard Jenkins, Homer, Detective Homer, he has arrested him. I just feel like okay, I get there's gonna be more to the show, but it just can't be that neat that we already have the killer. I
No.
think I
And
think a major twist is coming.
and here's where I think it kind of lands. And it's going to be like he's the red herring situation
Okay,
because during the beginning of the investigation, they're like, yeah, only one person has bought those bikes over a span of
that
3 years.
goofy ass
He's
bike.
bought two of them. So
Hmm.
now I'm wondering where that second bike is. Who owns that second bike? Did he wear the first one out? I don't believe he did.
Nah, someone took that
So,
bike.
exactly. So, it makes me wonder if it's his wife that for some reason acts out
Oh,
against Floyd because of everything that is going on.
okay, hot
Yeah,
take. All right, you're
yeah,
saying
yeah,
Clark's wife
yeah.
sets him
I'm
up.
saying,
Maybe she
Clark's
finds out
wife.
about the threesome, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
and she
more on that in a minute.
just wants her husband back.
All right, more on that in a minute. Best line of dialogue in this episode. I'm gonna give you. I got a couple options for you.
All
You
right.
you tell me what the best one is. Batman lived, which is just
Solid.
so heartfelt and hilarious. I'm porn positive.
That's a good one.
How about Richard Jenkins? What's a cornhole thing?
That's a good one.
Or my favorite one, and just the holy shit moment of the episode. Uh, and I can't, we're on YouTube, so I apologize for not signing, but, I can't remember it all the way. But in American Sign Language, Floyd tells Clark, I know you are fucking my wife.
Which is pretty fucking awesome, honestly. That right there, because they show it
Just
to
a
you about
shock.
20 minutes early. They don't give you the caption of what he has said.
Yeah.
So it kind of leaves you in the dark because you see Clark's face just go pale and lose
Yeah.
all emotion, like, oh shit.
Yeah, because
So,
Floyd's like okay, so like in the dynamic of their friendship, because we get like they meet and then we kind of get some time jumps, right? Which
yes.
I felt okay with, like to kind of speed things up, to kind of establish that they're bonding, they're becoming best friends. So Jason Bateman's character is the weatherman, and then Floyd, or I should say David Harbour's character Floyd, he does American Sign Language for the network,
Yes.
but he's also kind of joined the weather team due to their friendship. So, Bateman is helping him lose weight. They're going to the gym, they're working out, and then Floyd is teaching him American Sign Language. He's like, oh, I always wanted to learn that. He's like, I could teach you. So
Yeah.
I love the thing here. You help me, I'm helping you. Were you surprised though? Let's talk about David Harbour for just a quick second. The dude gets just absolutely shredded for Stranger Things season
Yeah.
what 3 or 4 when he's in
Something like,
Russia,
yeah. Yeah. I think,
when he's in the
think
Russian
that's
prison.
three. Yeah. Yeah.
3 probably, right? Dude, I mean the dude was ripped, and when you see him in DTF, he's not wearing a fat suit.
No.
That's just straight up him. Like
Yeah.
I gotta believe he purposely put on weight to play this role.
Well, what's mind blowing is what was that Santa Claus one he did? Was that Silent Night? Is that what it was called?
I think Silent Night,
Yeah.
maybe,
No,
or
I
Violent
mean
Night, or
Violent
something.
Night. There it is.
Violent Night.
Yeah,
There it is.
yeah, and he was absolutely like huge, like muscular wise in that one when he's got the Santa suit off. He's jacked, covered in tattoos. But yeah, in this and Thunderbolts, he's got this like washed out look to him, and I know it's because he's a character actor, and
Yeah.
that's how he's able to do it. He's like, yeah, I'll go ahead and gain 35 pounds of fat just for the role. But it's mind blowing, honestly,
hmm
because I've seen how this guy can look, especially in films like Hellboy or like the first Black Widow or Violent
hmm
Night or whatever it may be. Like, yeah, he looks amazing. Yeah.
Well, okay. So best line of dialogue. We went on a little Harbor tangent there, but what do you got? Batman lived, porn positive, cornhole thing, or I know you are fucking my wife in American Sign
I
Language.
I've got to say the ASL is my favorite line of dialogue
hmm
because it's something that you don't understand in the first moment that they show it to you. And then the callback to it just,
Yeah,
oh,
it's definitely my favorite line, but I have to talk about Jenkins asking about the cornhole thing real quick, because
yeah,
you and we're Midwest guys, so we know exactly what cornhole is.
exactly.
But depending on what area of the country you're in, you've never heard of cornhole. You don't know what the
No.
game is, or maybe you have heard it and it's called bag toss, or maybe it might have a different name. But I love the fact that Floyd is hosting a neighborhood cornhole party, like a tournament. I was like, this is the guy. This is the parties you want to go to. I definitely want
Yeah.
to hang out with this guy.
Yeah, he's the
You
cool
know,
neighbor.
he's the cool neighbor. He's got the hot wife. He's got the son who I don't want anywhere near my property.
Yeah, he's kind of a little dick, throws rocks at his
That
own
oh,
house, but whatever.
that kid's a dick. Like you invite, like he's like, what, he's throwing rocks at Jason Bateman's house. What are you doing? He's like, throwing rocks. Or he goes, what are you doing? He's like, it's called aiming. This kid's a dick.
He
And they
is
start
a
throwing
dick.
rocks at his own house. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's wrong?
He's like,
What's up
wait,
with
are
this
you
kid?
throwing rocks at our house?
Are you throwing
Stop
rocks at
it.
our house now? Just yeah. Yeah, I think as far as like the tone of the show though, and I listen, I know this. I know some people. I saw some people that live in St. Louis are like, "Hey, this is not St. Louis. It doesn't look anything like St. Louis." And that's because they're filming the show in I want to say it's in Georgia.
I
You know,
believe so. Yeah.
which it's a major area for television studio work. So I
Yeah.
get that. I think and maybe they're gonna help us out. We'll see some landmarks. That tell
Yeah.
us it's St. Louis. I
Yeah.
hope.
Might see an
You know.
arch or something, but yeah.
No. By the way, what's with Bateman just not being able to you know live his life right when he's in the Midwest? Because I'm thinking about Ozark. Like Missouri.
Oh my god. Yeah.
If
Anytime.
he's in
Yeah.
Missouri, he's in trouble,
Yeah.
right? Like
About to say
he's gonna
he just either kills someone or starts laundering money or a bit of both or
a little
whatever it
bit of
may be.
both.
Yeah.
Sleeping with somebody shouldn't be. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah. I'm excited for this one, man. I really am.
Same.
Um, one more thing about characters though, and I'm just gonna ask you point blank, Garrett, who when you're looking at DTF St. Louis, which character are you DTF?
I've got to say, just based off her performance in this first episode, Joy Sunday, she as Jody Plum's special crimes officer, her mannerisms and everything in this episode is simply amazing. And I love the way she's able to play off Richard Jenkins' character. So she is by far the show stealer for me through season one or episode one. And yeah, no, that's my DTF moment for her for sure. Yeah.
My friend, you're meant for like live episodes. You shot right from the hip. You didn't even have to ask me like, well, what? What do you mean? Like, because I wasn't technically asking you who you are DTF for,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but you picked up quickly. You're like, it's the character that I'm into, right? I'm gonna I'm gonna flip it on you though. I'm DTF for Carol, Linda Cardellini,
Well,
and for all the obvious reasons. I'm not gonna lie, okay?
yeah.
But here's the thing, man. You can't have her in that low cut dress walking in slow motion while Ozzy Osbourne is doing a cream cover
Yeah.
and me not just lose my mind. I mean, she's everything
Oh, she's
in that moment.
breathtaking. Yeah.
Yeah, like the panning shot of Jason Bateman as he zeroes in on her. At that point, I'm like, I get it. I understand why. If this is some kind of elaborate insurance scheme, kill this guy, get his
Yeah.
wife. I looking at her like in that moment, I totally get it. I totally get it, dude.
Jeff's the next one being interviewed by Richard Jenkins here.
Yeah, yeah. Let's hope not. Real quick, let's talk about one scene, and I'll tell you what. If you got a hot take or a deep dive, I know if it's an unhinged theory, whatever scene you want to talk about, and however you want to talk about it. What do you want to get into here?
Like I said, my unhinged theory is for sure it's not Jason Bateman. Even though all
It's the
fingers are
wife.
pointing, it's the wife. I mean, something's telling me after this first episode, as soon as they're like, and they keep beating you over the head with the fact that two of these bikes were bought in the past 3 years. Like, and I'm going with wife on this one.
Okay, so it's the bike. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's the bike.
because
I'm
I
hung
see
up
it
on
as
that.
like because he's like the safety guy.
Yeah,
Once he's kind of I'm not saying safety is nerdy, but
yeah.
let's be honest, this is a nerdy Jason Bateman. Like
Yes, it
he's
is.
not a cool Jason Bateman.
No, this isn't Teen
Um,
Wolf 2 now.
no, it is not Teen Wolf 2, Jason Bateman. But at the same time, I see him like, yeah, hon, I bought you this bike. It's ergonomically safe and it's better for your knees. And she's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not
No, the
riding it.
dorkiest damn thing ever now.
No, they're playing the headbands game. Have you ever played the headbands game?
I have not, but I don't want to after watching this show.
I know they did a version of it on The Office where I know that the actual headbands game, it's a children's game. So it is like you're a giraffe or you're a whatever,
Yeah.
but his is it smaller than a bread box? That kid, like,
What's a
what the
red
hell's it?
box?
What's a bread box? It's a, and, but his again, that childlike joy that you're talking about, that
You're
wonderment. He's like,
argumentative during my sand time.
yeah. But when he looks at him with that smile, and he's like, it's a box that you put bread in. Like the kid's gonna be like,
They
oh,
not just,
okay, get it. Like,
yeah. No.
yeah. Did you notice though? Let me ask you this: as he's upset about his son interrupting his sand time to ask more questions, did you notice that when he's getting bread, he did not pull it from a bread box?
No, he did not. No,
So
and
they
it would.
they don't even have a bread box, man.
No, no. And how's this little 13-year-old supposed to know what the hell a bread box is?
I think you could ask any Zennial or even millennial for that matter, like, hey, what do you think a bread box is? They'd be like, huh, I don't know.
A box you
Doesn't make
make
sense.
bread in? No, yeah, it
Yeah,
just no.
nah. I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll flip over to Apple TV because we gotta talk Russells, Titans, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. Welcome back, Garrett and I here on Previously on the new television recap series from the Film by Podcast. Garrett, we had a fun conversation talking about DTF St. Louis. I know we're going to keep watching this one, obviously, so we'll be talking about that next week as well. But let's get into Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. It's in its second season now. First season, um, amazing. More on that in a second. But season two, episode one, starts off with a episode called Cause and Effect. Now, you had not seen Monarch,
No,
correct?
not leading into this at all. We started doing the show run through of what we should be watching. You got some advice that you should be watching it, and you turned me on to this show. And honestly, it did not disappoint one
Well,
little bit.
so we kind of sent something out to listeners asking like, well, hey, what shows are you watching? What shows should we be watching? And Monarch was one of those that was mentioned over and over again. Like, how are you guys not watching Monarch, or will you talk about Monarch? And we, like you, I had plenty of people saying, I can't believe you love Godzilla and King Kong, all those MonsterVerse movies. How are you not watching
Yeah.
it? So you and I, we had to do like a marathon. We had to do the binge watch of season one, which was what, 10 episodes, I think, if I remember
10
right.
episodes, yes, sir.
I think, and if you're out there and you're listening, you're like, oh, I've always wanted to watch Monarch, but I don't know if I've got all the time to catch up, or I don't know if I'm going to be lost because of the movies. Let me just say this. Garrett, correct me here. I think it's like maybe like 7.5 hours. You can get through all 10 episodes because they're about 43 to 45 minutes apiece, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're right about 7.5 to 7 hours, 45 minutes, somewhere there's
Yeah.
about, yeah.
Yeah. I spent one day with like just going to Monarch and just embracing it. And I loved it. I
Honestly,
loved every bit of
same.
it. Not to take us off track here. Are you when you have your preference, are you a binge watcher, or do you like it formulatic, like, one per week, like the old school method of like the water cooler conversation, like, oh, did you watch ER last night? What do you prefer? Do you like to binge, or do you like to go one at a time?
I typically like the old school, the water cooler once a week,
Hmm.
just because television shows have so many cliffhangers in them, so many moments that leave you wondering. And I feel if we can fire directly into that next episode, it takes away some of that wonderment, some of that magic that we're supposed to be feeling in between these episodes. So it takes away a little bit of that excitement for you saying, I've got to wait 7 days to see what happens to blah, blah, blah. No, you can wait 7 seconds. They'll go ahead and stream the
Hmm.
next episode, and then you'll get your conclusion, whether it's exciting or not. But you had no excitement for the wait up for it. So I don't know.
Well, okay, so here's where I'm at. I'm a bit of a hybrid thinker on this topic. I like having, like, if you're telling me like, hey, it's coming out one episode a week,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, but I'm not watching it tonight. I'm gonna wait, and I'll let it build. Like, I like to have like two or three episodes build up, and then I like to watch it in smaller break, like mini binge, I guess you could
Yeah.
call it. I'll do like two or three at a time, and then that way I've got time to digest it, kind of let it marinate, think about come up with some theories or get my opinions on certain characters. So, like kind of pulls me out of my comfort zone last week because I got DTF, which I'm loving,
Yeah.
but I don't have a choice. I have to wait,
Yes, you
like
do.
everybody else. And, you know, I don't think we're gonna not talk about it for like 3 or 4 episodes, so we can let them pile up. So
Exactly.
I'm in it. And then with Monarch, I had to go full throttle, like give me all 10 episodes, drink out of the fire hose because we knew we were talking about it in a couple days. So it's like, well, we got to do this. So I don't know. I think I think there's grounds for both ways of viewing,
There
but
are, yeah.
I don't think there's wrong way. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, I just resonate with something you said a while back on the podcast. Kind of why you like going to movie theaters. It's the experience.
Hmm.
And a few other people were disagreeing with you because, the theater's smelly, they're sticky, they're overpriced,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. But it's the experience. And I think that's why I prefer the old school method. It's just the experience for me.
It's funny when you talk about the theater going experience, because I know obviously you're a big theater going guy because we go all the time. I feel like, and I'm going to be a little bit of a cinephile here, a little bit of a cinema snob, but you think about the theaters that we go to. I want like the IMAX screen and the DTS sound. I
Yeah.
want the club chair that you know is motorized. I want premium food. I want the
Yeah.
bar, option. I want like a true just hoity-toity experience.
Yeah.
However, if you told me, "Hey man, this year they're putting Friday the 13th 6 Jason Lives out, for a weekend, and it's at some rundown shitty theater where it's like just like a grindhouse, I guess is what
Yeah.
I could call it. I would want that. I'd want to watch it in the grindhouse. I don't need the cinephile experience for Friday, for something like that. Does that make
The
sense?
It does, and actually kind of experienced that this past year because Little Art Theater, Yellow Springs, Ohio, very close to us. They did Friday the 13th, Chapter 4 there.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, something about watching in that small town theater. Not too
Took you
many
back,
people.
right?
Yeah, it took me back, and then you get outside, it's pitch dark out, and it's kind of foggy in a small town, and it adds a little bit of suspense there on your on your way to your vehicle too. And it's like, okay, this is why people used to be afraid of scary movies. I like
it
this.
it works. All right. Well, listen. If you're thinking about Monarch, know this: you're going to need about 7.5 hours to watch. Well, I guess 8.5 if you're going to watch. Yeah, obviously you're going to watch the new episode that just came out. But here's the deal, Garrett. You correct me if I'm wrong here, but this is what I told someone the other day who was asking because he has never seen Monarch. I kind of pitched it to him, and he's like, "Oh my God, how do I've got Apple TV? Why am I not watching this?" And he said this. He's like, "But he goes, I know I've seen half the movies or most of the movies, but do I need to see them or what am I going to be completely lost?" And this is what I told him. I said, "Hey, you don't technically need to see any of the movies
Yeah.
to jump into Monarch. Now,
Yeah.
let's talk about the timeline. So, Godzilla, that's 2014. The movie with Bryan Cranston is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, Bryan Cranston. Godzilla's back. That was just an awesome film. I loved it.
Same.
Legendary put it out. So Monarch. Now we've had two or three. We've had like what 3 or 4 movies, and then Monarch comes out. Well,
Yes.
the timeline for Monarch, we open in season 1, episode 1. It's 2015. So you've got Godzilla in 2014, and then the Monarch Legacy of Monsters show is taking place a year after Godzilla attacks San Francisco.
Yeah. Right
Okay.
after G Day is what they
G
keep
Day is what they keep
referring
calling
it.
it, which
Yeah.
I think is cool. Now, as far as the movies go, you had Kong Skull Island in 2017. You have Godzilla King of the Monsters in 2019. You've got Godzilla versus Kong in 2021. And then the most recent one was Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, which was 2024.
Yeah.
So don't feel like you have to run out and watch 5 movies because you don't. You're actually you'd be skipping ahead as it were. So Legacy of Monsters, let's talk about this because it's the show. Two siblings are basically unraveling like a decades old mystery about their family's connection to this secret organization called Monarch. And this is right after Godzilla destroys San Francisco.
Yes.
So the show works for me because we've got basically two sets of main characters. Because we're telling a story that's taking place in the 1950s, and we're telling a story that's taking place in 2015, 2016. How do you feel about it? Like the juxtaposed storytelling.
I
Is it working for you?
I honestly love it. At first, I was a little weary going into it, but I've got to say, just the casting for both the 1950s and the 2010s, I think they did an exceptional job with the cast for both groups that we're following. Right now, I'd have to say the 50s version's kind of leading the way for me, just because
A lot of
I
fun.
I absolutely love seeing Anders Holm in this role of Bill Randa. Like, it's so much out of the comfort zone that I typically see with his character.
Hmm.
So it's so freaking exciting to see him in a role alongside Wyatt Russell. Like, it's pretty amazing.
So again, we're not holding back from spoilers. Loving Holmes' character. He's playing Billy Randa, as it were, or Bill Randa. It did not dawn on me until I was probably halfway through season 1 when it hit me like a sledgehammer. Anders Holm is playing the role that John Goodman plays in Kong Skull Island.
So
How awesome!
now what's hilarious is even when we kick off, we get the flashback of him like
Yep.
filming like his escape and him saying who he is.
Yeah.
And I didn't put it together either. It never crossed my mind. And the further we get along in the series, I'm like, why don't we get an older version of Bill Randa? Like, what's going on here?
I was saying the same thing the whole
The,
time. I'm
yeah,
asking like why haven't we seen we see the older, Lee Shaw
yeah,
who's being played simultaneously by Wyatt Russell and his father Kurt Russell, which is just brilliant. We'll get into that
it
in a
is.
second. But the whole time I'm like, how come we are not getting, you know, where's Bill?
Yeah,
And because I just didn't think that like John Goodman was Bill Randa.
yeah,
I
same.
know it. I know they say it in Kong Skull Island,
Yes.
but you're not thinking about it because we saw that movie a couple years ago and we're just like, yeah, cool. But okay, so we've got and listeners, if you're wanting a good recap of season 1, just watch the 5-minute recap on Apple TV or Google it or. I mean, Garrett, you and I could kind of ramble through it, but I don't want to do that for the listeners. They
No.
they they can find it. They'll get it.
And
But
plus, we'd be here an hour and a half just doing that.
probably. But the basic thing here, we've got these two kids who have just found out that they're siblings. I'm talking about Kate and Kintaro. Is that his name?
Yes.
Kintaro?
Kintaro, yes,
Um,
sir.
yeah. So their dad, Hiro, he works, Hiro Randa, he works for Monarch. He's missing. They're trying to find him throughout the first season. And finds out this guy's leading a double life. He's got his family in Japan. He's got his family in San Francisco. So these half siblings are kind of like begrudgingly teaming up to find out where their dad is, and then that they're going to need Kurt Russell's help. Captain Lee Shaw, and then we keep going back into the 50s to find out why Monarch exists. Because if you watched Godzilla and some of the other MonsterVerse movies, Monarch's this shadowy organization that you just want to know more about. Like I left Godzilla in 2014. I was like, man, it was awesome. Anytime you see Godzilla destroy something, it's great. But who is Monarch? What is Monarch? Because we get that opening. Think back to Godzilla's opening credit sequence with all the files and
Yeah.
computer screens and the redacted stuff, and it's all Monarch, and you're like, who is Monarch? And this show is explaining who Monarch is. So we get this incredible thing where we've got a trio of friends in the 50s that are trying to create Monarch and save the world from the
Titans.
Titans.
Yeah.
Godzilla, Kong, Mothra. All these giant creatures. And then in present day, you've got the two siblings, Kintaro and Kate, and then their friend May,
May.
and they're kind of connected, like because everyone, like Kurt Russell, or I should say Wyatt, well, the Russells are the key component. Like he's the one that's helping everyone, right? So
Yes.
yeah, I probably went way off topic there. Just people are like, I thought we were gonna talk about season 2, episode 1. Yeah, but hey, had to get that out of the way, right? We gotta give you a little exposition there.
Yeah.
Garrett, Godzilla or Kong? Who are you a fan of more?
I've got to say I've always been a King Kong person. I mean I'm wearing the shirt right now of him grabbing the plane
Okay,
out of the
yeah.
sky. No, King Kong all the way. Kong Skull Island by far was revolutionary to me as far as just King Kong overall. I've loved every film that's come out, but that one for some reason just spoke to me. It stood out. It made me realize that King Kong would actually stand a chance against Godzilla watching this film. So that's what kind of ignited my excitement for this.
I'll tell you what I'm excited about. Season 1 ends with a brief cameo by Kong,
Yes.
and it looks absolutely spectacular. We're talking blockbuster, big budget film quality. Now it's Apple TV, so they have the
That's it.
money. They're gonna,
Yeah.
it is not gonna look cheesy. It's not gonna look CGI. Like when you watch like a superhero show on the CW, and you're like, come on, guys,
As
this,
green screen. Yeah.
yeah, this is your Kong is there. Like it just looks that damn good. Uh, I was really surprised in this episode to see how much Kong we got.
Well, so that is what definitely excited me about season 2 because the way season 1 ends, it's pretty good. But then they kick off on Kong Skull Island, and Kong is full rampage, destroying this
Hmm.
outpost on Kong Skull Island. And it's truly magnificent, just him like stomping through, and like when the helicopter's coming up and you're seeing the red in his eyes, and man, it just sends chills down my spine thinking about that scene.
The the fact that they can convey so much emotion in Kong's eyes and his
Yeah.
facial gestures, and it's a TV show. I mean, is it safe to say that Apple TV can keep up with the quality when it comes
I
to the Titans?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, that's we need that, I think, because I mean Kong is just he's so impressive in this, and Godzilla. No, I'm not taking
Magnificent.
anything away from Godzilla. The few moments we've had with Godzilla off and on, fantastic too. Especially in the season 1 finale when he
Yeah.
grabs that flying dragon thing or whatever and just slams it down, and gives it like the full burst of blue fire.
I
Just
just like how he's got the John Cena moment coming out of the riff there. It's like, "Oh, no, the champ is here."
yeah, champion. Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, oh man, when they're in the desert, and it's like, what? Oh, is this? Oh, this is a Titan. Oh, it's
Yeah.
who is it? And then it's like, holy shit, that's where Godzilla's been hanging out.
He's just
After
been yeah.
after he nuked San Francisco.
He's just
Okay,
been
yeah,
sleeping over here.
John Cena moment. That's perfect. Oh man, Garrett, this is not a guilty pleasure show.
No. No,
This
this
is
is fun. This
genuinely
is
compelling.
excitement.
I can't
Yeah.
wait for it. Yeah, and I'm glad. Truthfully, I'm glad that we are getting it one per week
Yeah.
because I need time to talk about the epic smackdowns that these Titans are doing. I need time to kind of decide if I like someone or if I'm like they're getting on my nerves, or like hey, they're I can't wait to see more of them.
Yeah.
Show's off to a great start in
It
season
is.
2. Who let's talk key characters though, because we've been talking about the Titans. Let's talk. Which character are you identifying with right now in season two?
Right now, it would either I would have to go with Billy, just because he's always searching for the truth, especially with the
Yep.
flashbacks to when they get to that small town in Chile. Or Kate, just because of her drive and integrity to get Shaw back at no matter what cost.
I like. Yeah. You know what? I appreciate that you didn't go straight with one of the Russells because again, like that would have been just too easy to do. I can't tell you who I'm digging is Tim.
I like his turn at the end of
You know who I'm
season
talking
one. I
about?
liked him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe Tippett. Joe Tippett.
yeah,
He plays Tim. He's kind of like the brains, the current brains behind Monarch,
yeah.
and it's like he's a good guy. He's a bit of a bad guy. He's what he needs to be when he needs to be it. I guess if that makes sense.
Yeah, after the helicopter crash, you definitely get a different Jim. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the Russells, and I know we're going to talk about them a little bit more here, but is it fair to say, like, going back to season one, did you kind of have mixed feelings about whether or not Lee was going to? It was he on the right? Was he on the right side? Because it's easy to say, hey, we're watching the flashbacks with Wyatt Russell's Lee, who we just were back and we're loving him, right? But then when older Lee has to kind of go rogue, and then he sets off the charge despite everyone telling him not to do it. Like I was kind of
Uh,
like, man, is he gonna? Are they setting him up to be more of an anti-hero, a villain? Like a
yeah. It definitely felt that they were turning older Leland Shaw into more of an anti-hero for sure. Someone that's like, no, it's for the greater good. I don't care what it costs. I have to do it. Whereas young Leland was very open-minded and just looking to find the answers. Whereas Kurt Russell's character knows the answers and he doesn't want to
mhm.
deal with them anymore. So he's like, I'm just going to shut this whole damn thing down.
We got the cool thing about Monarch is we've got a couple different story threads happening simultaneously. And I'm not talking just about like the 1950s storylines versus the current storylines, but we got some character storylines happening. Which one's heating up for you? Who are you looking forward to finding out more about? Or which story thread are you looking into? Like, I want to know
Um,
more.
I'm definitely looking more towards the 50s right now, just because of what was going on in that small town in Chile. Because they see the cave drawings, they see the creature above the bar, and then at the end of the episode, it's what Kong was trying to prevent,
Yeah.
and they end up letting it out anyway. And you get that look back from Kong, so I'm excited to see what that builds in the 1950s to see what everyone in that town was afraid of and to see why Kong knew that they should just go ahead and shut it down.
Gotcha. I'm with you. It seems like we've got like some weird little cult happening on this
Yes.
town in this town. So I think there's gonna be some fun stuff there. Like when the barmaid, she's like, it's their god. They worship it. It brings
Yeah.
us a good catch. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a cool story, I think. Um, which Russell won this episode?
Uh, this first episode, I'm going with Wyatt.
Gotta be
Yeah.
Wyatt, right?
Yeah. It's got to be Wyatt.
I gotta be fair, because Kurt's doing a lot of action, right?
Yeah.
Season one, we leave him in the Axis Mundi, which is like that upside down world where the Titans come from,
Yeah.
and then he gets blasted back. Like there's like a rescue mission. Um, I don't know. And he's doing some fighting with some of these smaller creatures. I don't know. I felt like it's a little rushed. Like I feel like, and don't get me wrong, I'm loving the show,
Yeah.
but I kind of half expected that we were going to have like a different story thread where he's trying to survive in the Axis Mundi for a couple weeks. Keiko was down there for 57 days.
Yeah.
You're telling me he can't? He's there for like weekend pass. Like he's not even there like 10 hours. Like
Yeah.
I don't
He,
know.
he, he was there 5 minutes before they're like, we should pull him out.
Yeah, they're like we're going back. We're
Yeah.
we just spent millions of dollars, pissed off King Kong. He destroyed everything. Skull Island is basically painted as like the Jurassic Park island. You can't go back
No.
without like a full military, you know, backing. Meanwhile, we've got four characters that show up with backpacks and water bottles and no weapons of any sort, and I don't know. I'm nitpicking. I think I'm being a
Yeah.
little, I'm picking on a little bit, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't.
I mean, I do like the fact that we get Hiro and Kentaro working together after
Yeah.
they get back. Just a little bit of the father son bonding stuff. So that is something that I am enjoying in this second season as well.
I like it, and they kind of alluded to Kate saying, "Hey, I don't know my dad. I don't know how to talk." And they're like, "Well, your brother's fine." And he's like, "Yeah, he's had 2 years."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, now it's your time." So I appreciate they had that moment. We needed that moment where Kate questions him on having the dual identity. The
Yeah.
family in Japan. I'm good now. I don't. I hope we're not going to spend a whole season belaboring that point. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think during the first season, that's the only thing that I kind of had a problem with. I feel like they spent a little too much time on May's backstory. Like I'm glad to have her as
Um.
part of the team and everything, but
Yeah, but
I kind of feel like they dragged that one out a little too long, but didn't explain enough about other characters if we're
well,
going that deep into
we
one.
still are. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the the financial backer of Monarch,
Yeah.
she continues. We get it. May is like genius level code writer, you
Yes.
know, and this woman wants her skill sets, but I don't understand why May is like why life is such a drag. Like I'm kind of over that story thread too.
Yeah.
We have got some great characters, and if we're gonna do this, like let's spend more time with Keiko and
Yeah.
her adapting to life. She's been gone since 1957 or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see what her life is like. Because I did enjoy her and Tim, and she was like in the war room, and she's like,
Yeah.
all this stuff's coming from like Sputnik, like a satellite, and he's like, yeah, kind of like Sputnik, and it's like I want to live with her for a little while, and
I think that'd be fun.
her adapting. I hope we're gonna do that. Which Titan are you most excited about for this season? Because
Oh
they're
my
clearly
god.
they're not holding back. We're
No,
getting
they're
we
not
got this
holding
mystery
back.
Titan that escaped Skull Island. So
The mystery possible Kraken kind of thing.
it's
Yeah.
it's let's call it what it's the Kraken, right?
Yeah.
I mean it is that's what I'm calling it for right now, and I'm good with
Yeah.
that. We need
That
one.
because I think that's essentially what Bill has been chasing the entire time, which is what brought him there originally. So I think I'm most excited about that one because it'll help develop Bill Randa's story a lot
Yeah.
more, and I'm excited for that storyline.
All right. Any scene you wanna dive into before we move on?
Oh my gosh, just the scene where Kong just looks back after it gets free and gets into the water and he looks back at him like, did you guys really just fucking do that? Like that moment right there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I identify with anyone in this episode, I know you gave me some good answers, and I kind of said Tim, but really I'm identifying with Kong.
Yeah.
Like that look he gives after the thing escapes, it gets into the water. When he looks back at that, they're escaping helicopter. He's like, son of a, I fucking told you guys.
Exactly.
Like the look of frustration, like it's everything, man. I love
Yeah.
that scene
It's
because
awesome.
like at the beginning of the scene, you're like, why is Kong terrorizing people? Why is he smashing everything?
Yeah.
Because Tim even points out, he's like, we've been living in harmony. Like he's been
We've been
watching
building this
us.
thing for months now and he
He's
doesn't
totally
care.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I love the idea, and it goes back to the movies, Skull Island. It's Kong's world. We just live in it.
Yeah.
He allows us, and I think that's a cool thing. Like the whole theme, and something that really excited me for season one, and I'm still excited about. And I know we didn't really talk about, it, we don't have time to talk about it right now, but I like the idea. This isn't a show about, hey, let's find the right weapon and the right plan to kill the Titans. The
Yeah.
whole plan is Monarch's plan is let's find out everything we can so that we can learn how to coexist.
Yes.
Because that's what, and Kong is kind of like the representative for the Titans. Like he's all for coexisting.
Yes.
You gotta do it Kong's way. Yeah.
Yeah, and Godzilla's kind of like just the security, like, no, you can't come here. So that's why
Oh
him and
yeah.
Kong's like, hold on, what?
All right. Well, okay. We're about to wrap things up here, Garrett. Obviously, to get to the Axis Monday, you kind of got to ride the lightning. Uh,
You do.
are you ready to ride the lightning? Because I got a lightning round for you.
Hey, I'm ready to ride the lightning here.
All right. I'm going to ask you. Let's see. I got like 5 questions for you.
Okay.
All right. Is Verdugo dead?
No.
I'm with you. Which character would you like to see squashed by a Titan?
Just because the over explanation of their story may.
2 for 2 right now. You're reading my mind here, man. How about this one? Will young Keiko and old Lee get it on?
No.
I mean, okay. It can happen.
And 2 for 1 now.
All right. Garrett, does the show feature enough Titan action?
I think it does.
It does. It does. And then, which character from DTF St. Louis would fit in with the Monarch crew? Let's do a crossover.
I'm throwing Floyd in there. I don't even care. Floyd's going in.
Can we get one episode where Floyd and Tim are like just buddying up?
Exactly. Like
I'm-
him or Richard Jenkins, the only two that I could see in there. And Richard
oh yeah.
Jenkins would definitely be part of Monarch if he was there.
You could even see Clark. You could see Jason Bateman's weatherman, like
Yeah.
let's see his weather report, like when it's from San Francisco, because you got to remember DTF. It starts with him moving to St. Louis,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
He's the new weatherman. Maybe he was the weatherman in San Francisco and escaped. Got his family the hell out of there after
I
Godzilla
like
destroyed
it.
The DTF Monarch, the
Oh
crossover
my
you never knew
gosh.
we needed. Listen, man, we're gonna wrap. We gotta go, but a couple things on the menu here. So first off, whether it's on your radar or whether you're already watching something, or what are you looking for to watch? I gotta ask you, what are you watching right now that we're not talking about? What are you planning to watch?
Something that a couple friends have been talking about recently that I just started watching, The Pit.
Okay. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that. Um, well, I'll tell you this real quick. So we haven't talked about it at all. It hasn't been on the radar for anybody. No one recommended it to me. But watching DTF St. Louis, I saw the trailer for Steve Carell's new HBO Max show called The Rooster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for that one?
I did. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give that a try.
I like it. Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna hamstring you into talking about that one in a later episode, but I'm gonna check out The Rooster. But listen, a week or two ago, we put out some feelers to our listeners. I sent some emails out. I put it on social media, asking people like, "What are you most excited to watch?" In 2026. And I gotta be honest with you, man. The Pit was mentioned 9 times out of 10.
It's
Everyone
solid.
so you are watching it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
guess I'm
solid.
gonna start it. Did we just start season 2?
Yeah. Season 2. Yes, sir.
All right. I don't know. Maybe we find a way to talk about that later on coming weeks. But just want to point out a couple other ones that some of our listeners were mentioning, whether it was mentioned multiple times or like it was mentioned. I was like, okay, that sounds cool. The Pit, obviously, The Lincoln Lawyer, I guess is like in its like
Ooh.
4th or 5th season on Netflix.
Yeah.
So we definitely gotta check that out. One of our two of our Patreon subscribers, talking about James Buckley and Brad Moore, both raving about The Lincoln Lawyer. So we got to check this one out, I
I
think.
like it.
And then 56 Days is on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I'm just going to tell you to go watch the trailer because I'm like, okay, this could be interesting. We might have to look into this one, but
Go check that out.
Garrett, I know next week we're going to be talking about Monarch and we're going to be talking about DTF St. Louis. My question is, Young Sherlock just hit Prime. Now,
I saw that.
they dropped all 8 episodes.
I did not see that though.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is not going to be weekly. This is like they just dropped it all. So my question to you, I'll tell you what, we'll do it your way. Should we just do like one episode for Young Sherlock? Just like we'll just binge watch it and then discuss it, or do you want to try and watch one a week and play it out like that? Because I kind of feel like we can't really talk about upcoming like our ideas, our theories.
Yeah. No,
Like
so with that one, I'm definitely cool with let's blaze through the 8, do an episode, do just a coverage of the season.
all
Yeah.
right, we might maybe do like a bonus episode because
Yeah, I like that.
we've got time, right? But I'm looking at March. Okay, so I'm looking here. March 11th on Prime, Scarpetta. Remember we talked about Scarpetta?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the Jamie Lee Curtis, Nicole Kidman one. That
Which
sounds
sounds
creepy.
pretty freaking good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. March 14th, we got The Madison coming out on Paramount Plus. This is one of the Yellowstone spinoffs. That's
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Garrett. I kind of feel compelled to check this one out because it happens to be starring Kurt Russell, and that's going to lead to some Kurt Russell talk.
If you
Since
know
we're talking about
anything,
Kurt Russell and Godzilla,
if you know anything
Monarch.
about Garrett, he loves Kurt Russell. Like
You
anything
and
he's
I,
in, I'm in
yeah.
there. Yeah.
All right. The 24th, Disney Plus, we got Daredevil Born Again is coming
Oh yeah.
back. We're gonna have to talk about
That's
that.
exciting. Yeah.
And then March 26th on Netflix. I think I told you about this one. It's like a creepy one. Something very bad is about to happen.
I don't know if we've talked about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, just watch the trailer. That's our March though. So listeners, I can't promise you that we're going to talk about every single one of these shows. We're going to do our best to talk about most of them. But what should we be watching? Is there a show? We've talked about, I just rattled off like the whole March, not all of them because Rooster just came out too, but The Pit, 56 Days, Lincoln Lawyer, like we got a lot going on, but let us know in the comments, whether you're watching this on YouTube or you're on, the streaming platform of your choice. Tell us in the comments, like, what should we be watching? What do you want to hear us talk about? What do you want us to cover? Because Garrett, I had a great time talking about these shows, and it's kind of nice to do it in this format. I kind of get why the guys are. I can't get Dave, Scott, or Wayne to jump on any project right now because they're on the bridge of the Enterprise every day.
Yeah.
Talking Star Trek stuff. This was fun. I like it.
Which again, I'm right there with you. I can't say as I blame them. It's been a blast, honestly. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us. For those of you watching the show on YouTube, listening to the normal show, a Film by podcast, following us on social media, subscribing to our Patreon, and supporting the show, we thank you.